Sometimes the most subtlest little things in the readings in the Bible and in the gospel give you such a powerful clue as to what God's message was, why he included that in the reading. The gospel reading, we hear about Jesus going to visit at Simon Peter's house. And his mother-in-law was apparently really ill, just had a fever and was just sick and weak. And he reached down and took her by the hand and stood her up. And just like that, she was cured. And then she began to serve them dinner. And word must have gotten out in the town because everyone showed up at the door. Anyone who was sick, anyone who was lame, anyone who was blind, anyone who was possessed by some evil spirit, and he cured them all. That night he went to bed and woke up way before everyone else. And he went off to a deserted place to pray to his Father. And he looked up after a period of time, and there was Peter saying, "Lord, where have you been? Everybody's looking for you. They want you to come back again." And Jesus said, "We must go on to the other towns. For this reason I was sent." Now, if you think about it, Jesus was as human as you and I. He was tempted. It would have been tempting to stay there because everybody was so enamored of him, so thrilled that he could work all these miracles. If he stayed there another couple of days, they would have wanted to make him king. But he went off by himself in the quiet and prayed and listened to God for that quiet whisper of his Father through the Holy Spirit. And he knew that his job was not to stay there, although he could have done really great work there. It wasn't what God wanted. We're in ordinary time, and it's more important than ever now that all the noise of Christmas and New Year's and all the celebrations is over, that we follow the example of Jesus and take the time to go off and just listen to the Lord and ask what he wants of us. I don't often do that myself. I'm in such a hurry to do this and to do that. On Monday, I felt prompted to pray for two people who had friends of mine who had lost parents over the holidays. One of them was a young friend of mine who married a beautiful young girl, and he got a package deal. Whenever he married her, he also inherited her father. And he would go hunting with him and fishing with him, and he became like a second father, and they got really close in a very short period of time. He was not a father-in-law. He was another father. He took gravely ill, and he passed away a couple of days ago. And something that really touched me is this young man had been given a St. Hubert medal around the beginning of hunting season that we were giving out here at the parish. And as he was mourning his father-in-law's death, he took that medal that was given to him by his mother and laid it in the casket, gave it to his father-in-law, a parting gift. And I was so touched that he would think that much to do that and to part with something that obviously was precious to him. This little voice whispered to me, "Go give him another medal, replace it." And I went and asked Betsy yesterday if we had any of those medals, and she brought me not one but two. And I put them in a little note, and I said a prayer over that God would bless whoever wore that medal, whoever prayed in its presence, and he would protect them. And I asked his father-in-law to add his prayer to mine and delivered it to them yesterday. Stayed for just a minute and then left. And I got the beautiful text message from him saying how precious a gift that was, how much he appreciated it. It was a small gesture, but it meant so much to him. Sometimes when we listen to the voice of the Lord, he asks us to do things, and sometimes they're just simple to us, but we have no idea what impact they can have. I almost didn't go because as I was leaving Mass yesterday at 9:39, I got a text message that I was supposed to go and anoint someone who was in a nursing home who was dying. And I thought, no, I shouldn't go. And the little voice whispered to me again, "You're being arrogant." ask for help. And so I texted Father Jay and Father Antoine, and they said, don't worry about it. We got it covered. Whatever you have to do, just go do it. And they did. You can never tell when you listen to the whisper of the Holy Spirit, just as Jesus listened to the whisper of the Holy Spirit, how it's going to touch people's hearts. And so as we continue in our ordinary time, let's make it extraordinary by taking the time to steal away for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour to be with Jesus, to listen to his Holy Spirit. Listen not with our ears, but with our hearts. And even when it doesn't make sense, do whatever God calls us to do. Because you never know what tiny little action that you take on our part might make a big impact on someone else's heart.